G'day, my name's Greg and I run the Find My Australia blog. Now, this is not my normal way of starting a video. However, the walk I did last week was just not one of those normal walks. And I've thought about it for a bit and I've decided I'm just going to show you a little bit of what happened, how something can start off not doing enough research, can start off so well and can end up being quite disastrous. Now, I'll picture the day for you. It was around 38 degrees. My aim was to walk from Shellharbour to Minamurra via the Bass Point Loop, which is just behind me over here. My research, not much. I looked up the All Trails app. I looked up Bass Point Loop. I saw a loop trail green line around it. Thought this looked pretty damn good. And that was my research, and also going out on my own. So not really good start for it. So I won't go much further into the video itself because I'm going to let that explain itself. What I am going to do today is just show you some of the safety features, some of the things I carry in my backpack here, which could get you out of a lot of trouble and possibly even save your life. All right, so number one, always dress for the occasion. Probably better off wearing a little bit more than a little bit less. You can always take off what you've got and strip down a bit, put it in the backpack. For example, going into the mountains, wintertime, pretty cold, just dress for the occasion. You never know what's going to happen. No trouble taking it back off, packing it back in here. Next thing, appropriate footwear. My choice of footwear, I wear the Keen Ridge waterproof shoes. I do see people every now and then heading out with thongs, flippers, floppers, whatever you want to call the damn things. And I can tell you, on this particular walk here, you would have been in some serious trouble. So just appropriate footwear. I can't stress that anymore. Next thing I usually carry with me, water supplies. Now, I say minimum 2 litres of water. Get paid out about this all the time. Minimum 2 litres. This one here, 38 degrees, 4 litres. Thankfully, I had enough common sense to backtrack and try and find some raw water. I ran out of my 2 litres pretty quickly. Backtrack, I rehydrated, filled the bottles up to head back out. The next thing I'm going to say here is doesn't hurt. Throw a few snacks in the back there because I've got say muesli bars, whatever, a bit of the sugar hit. You're going to get a bit tired, a bit worn down. The energy level is going to drop. These are going to help you a lot. I also carry a snake bite kit. Now, snake bite kit, it's not just for snakes. Bandages, got a few band-aids and silver blanket in there as well. Hypothermia blanket. You don't think you might use it, but we have used this. A good example, a friend of ours fell down, broke both her ankles, broken ankle, ruptured, I think, the tendons the other side. The strapping came in very handy. So you never know when you're going to need something like that. Another thing, flashing light. Flashing light, you mightn't think so, it doesn't weigh much. But if you get stuck out somewhere in the middle of the night, this will come in very handy for being spotted. So simple, easy to carry, maybe even just a little small torch. Just throw it in there. Next, mobile phone. Mobile phone, lifesaver. These can be a lifesaver. Now, you're not always going to get your mobile range, I understand that, but I download the All Trails app on here. I do the paid version of All Trails. So the paid version, I look at an area I'm going to go into, download it onto my maps in the All Trails, so that if I'm somewhere, I'm offline, it tracks me. I can see where I'm going. I can see if I'm off track, locations, if I'm out in the mountains and a few different trails. I've gone off trail a little bit. It'll help me get back on. Absolute lifesaver. The next feature in the iPhones, I'm not too sure if it's in the Android phones. In the iPhones, I think it might be iPhone 7, 8 upwards from that. There's a feature on here, double buttons. Push the double buttons. It'll open up on your phone an emergency line that you can get through. Now, if you don't have mobile range, you'll notice on the top right hand corner there's going to be a little satellite. Haven't used it just yet, but you're going to face it around until the satellite works and you're going to be able to use this. Don't know if it's going to work all the time, but it's absolutely important to have. Mobile phones do run out of batteries. I always carry with me because I take a lot of photos, videos and whatever else, but you're going to be on the app and you're trying to track where you are, you will run out of battery juice. So I carry a charger, simple charger. This is good for say 2 chargers. This is a lifesaver. You always going to need one of these in your backpack. Never just rely on your mobile phone. Last thing I carry in here is probably the number one lifeline, and this is a PLB, which is a personal locating beacon. I only paid $370 for it, something like that. It's got a 7-year lifespan, 7-year battery life on here. It's registered in my name. It's got a few emergency contacts on there as well. They will notify me when the battery life is due, so I can get it either recharged or batteries changed, or a new one altogether. Now, I don't ever intend on using one of these here, but weighs nothing. It's very small. It's in the backpack. Don't even know it's there. If a time ever came when I needed it, I just very simply, I'm going to break the seal, lift up the aerial, snap the aerial up. Now that's going to reach out to any nearby satellites. You need to be in an open space like this, for example. Just find yourself away from trees. Just sit this down here. Now this is going to send off an emergency beacon to one of the areas. Now the first thing they're probably going to do is ring who the emergency contacts are on my phone. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to do a GPS location of pinpoint exactly where I am. An absolute lifesaver that I never ever want to use. So without getting into any more detail, that's about as far as I'm going to go. That's what I carry. Doesn't weigh much, but they are good safety tips. Now all I can say from here is enjoy the video and stay safe.